I work for the investment management division of BNY Mellon. BNY Mellon broadly has two major divisions or major functions. And the investment management side is made up of a number of asset management boutiques, each of which has their own specialty or area that they're good at and style. And my team is a centralized team that does data science and data engineering work for those boutiques on a sort of consulting basis. So the idea is how can we better use data and technology more generally to improve an investment process. And as an example, one question that many PMs ask themselves in an effort to improve is what sorts of decisions am I good at? They look at their own performance at a very high level, and clients often will look at their performance at a very high level, say at the overall strategy level, am I beating the benchmark or something like that. But there is much more disaggregated data out there that can inform, can help them improve their future decision making by actually analyzing decision by decision, what have they been good at, what have they been successful at, what have they not been successful at. And of course, if you know that, you can do more of what you think you're good at and less of what you think you're bad at. One approach would be simply to ask people. That goes only so far. I think the other approach is to just start to try to do it. And so we started to do it in spreadsheets and in sort of Python and sort of not particularly sophisticated systems to just try to get an idea of, okay, we think this is what's needed. Can we provide some sort of quick and dirty version of that to validate whether we in fact have we've identified the right problem. And that really helped get in our heads, and I'm talking about myself and one or two other people at that point who we had hired, to really understand the problem deeply and internalize the requirements that our sponsors had. But ultimately we completed the project and were able to provide much better insights on these portfolio companies than they had before. My experience of BNY Mellon and of other large companies is that there is tremendous opportunity to be agile. There's a lot of opportunity because there's a lot of problems to solve. And I think the agile approach, talking sort of more formally about that software development approach, is new to a lot of these large organizations. And so there's value there too, that this approach, that if it's done well, can be much more effective at solving problems and is a lower risk way of solving problems, which large enterprises appreciate. For me, I don't run a huge team, and it's a technical team. So I've always felt that it's important for me to continue to be a technical contributor in addition to being a leader on the team. It's been important for me to continue to develop and stay abreast of technical skills, even if I'm not the best at any particular technical skill on the team. Over the course of the past 5 years, even in building this team, I've learned new languages, I've learned new analytical techniques by taking classes. I've made it important for myself and for the team to carve out enough time to do proper training, not just project by project. You of course always learn new things, or whatever you're doing for your job, you're going to learn something new. But really to take out time to make sure that we're spending time doing formal training, I think is really important. You do have to make choices. You have to make choices about what you're going to be good at. You can't be good at everything. So you have to maybe sometimes make the right bet about what's going to be valuable for a reasonable period of time, and what skills might be transferable as things change. There are lots of skills you can learn from different areas academically that are extremely useful even in highly technical roles. So being able to write well and being able to communicate well, which are things that you learn, I think, in the humanities. You have to learn well to do any in the humanities, is tremendously valuable in technical work. Being able to communicate with developers, being able to communicate with business people, being able to outline to articulate a problem well, are all extremely important. Yeah, generally stressing less about things for me personally would have been would have been good. In terms of classes to take, there's nothing that comes to mind, or particular things that sort of I wish I had done more of. As an example, I didn't take any finance classes in college. I didn't finance. I saw as sort of one particular part of economics that I wasn't that interested in. It turned out I really like it now. I find it extremely interesting and useful for my life, both personally and obviously professionally. I find the concepts fascinating from a sort of intellectual perspective, but it's not something that I ever considered. I think I judged it too early in college. So maybe that would be the main thing, is to be open-minded, to be more open-minded. I think I've actually become more open-minded over time. And in college, I think it was, I jumped too quickly to making a judgment on something, whether it's an academic field or even other people and their choices in life. I think that's something that I've had to learn over. I've been fortunate to learn over time, and that I would go back and tell myself to be more open-minded.